Welcome to Old Coins and Antique TV. In today's video, we're exploring the 6 most valuable and ultra-rare United States Roosevelt dimes that have amazed people with their unbelievable worth. These small coins, often found in old change or forgotten collections, could be worth thousands of dollars today. Each of these Roosevelt dimes carries a story of hidden fortune and incredible rarity. So, before you spend that old dime, stay tuned. One of these rare treasures might just be sitting in your pocket right now. First up, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating discoveries in American coinage, the 1979 Roosevelt dime with the Denver D mint mark. Though it may look like an ordinary coin, this small piece of American history could be hiding immense value, especially in very dirty or well-circulated condition. Many people overlook coins like this one, assuming they're only worth 10 cents, but certain 1979 D Roosevelt dimes have shocked collectors and experts with their staggering market prices. So if you've got a handful of old change sitting in jars or drawers, don't overlook it. That dirty 1979 dime could be worth far more than you think. The 1979 Roosevelt dime holds a special place in the timeline of U.S. coinage. This was a period of significant change for the United States Mint, as technology and mass production were improving rapidly. Minted at the Denver facility, the 1979 D dime represents both the precision and the imperfections of the era. During this time, the mint was transitioning into modern die-making processes, which led to subtle variations and minting anomalies, details that collectors today are hunting for. Although hundreds of millions of dimes were struck that year, only a small number emerged with rare die varieties, minting errors, or exceptional conditions that make them truly collectible. These unique traits are what separate a regular dime from one that can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. On the obverse side, the 1979 D Roosevelt dime features the familiar portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, designed by John R. Sinek. His profile faces left, symbolizing strength and leadership, with the word liberty boldly inscribed along the edge. The motto, "In God We Trust," and the year, 1979, appear just below his chin, while the small D mint mark, representing the Denver Mint, is placed neatly near the base of his neck. The reverse of the coin is equally iconic, displaying a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, powerful symbols of liberty, peace, and strength. The inscriptions "United States of America," E pluribus unum, and "1 dime" frame the design perfectly. However, certain 1979 D dimes show minor doubling, misaligned strikes, or even partial collar errors, subtle yet valuable imperfections that make them treasures in the numismatic world. What truly adds to the mystique of the 1979 D Roosevelt dime is its rarity in top-grade condition and the survival of uncirculated examples. While millions were produced, most entered circulation and suffered wear and tear, especially since the coin's composition, a copper-nickel clad, is prone to scratches and dulling over time. Finding one in pristine, mint-state condition is extremely difficult, and even harder when it comes from pocket change or appears dirty at first glance. Collectors are drawn to the 1979 D Roosevelt dime for several reasons, but the main one lies in its unexpected potential. While the Roosevelt dime series as a whole is known for its simplicity and modern design, coins like the 1979 D stand out due to unique minting variations, historical timing, and the challenges of finding high-quality examples. Unlike earlier silver Roosevelt dimes from before 1965, the 1979 issues are copper-nickel clad, meaning their intrinsic metal value is low. But their numismatic value can be enormous when the right conditions are met. This has turned the 1979 D dime into a sleeper coin among collectors, often underestimated, but capable of yielding exceptional value when certified by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC. In today's market, the value of a 1979 D Roosevelt dime varies widely depending on condition and rarity. A heavily circulated or very dirty example might only be worth face value, but a coin in uncirculated condition can range anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000. However, rare varieties, such as those featuring double dies or major minting errors, have been known to sell for hundreds and even thousands of dollars. In recent years, high-grade specimens graded MS-67 or above have sold for more than $10,000 at auction. Certain minting errors, such as full torch strikes, known as FT or FB, meaning full bands, can command even higher premiums due to their clarity and precision. These details make the 1979 D. Roosevelt Dime one of the most surprising modern-era coins to gain traction among serious collectors and investors alike. If you're hoping to find one of these valuable coins, focus on key collecting tips. Always check the mint mark carefully and look for any signs of doubling or striking anomalies. Avoid harsh cleaning, as it can reduce value drastically. Instead, use proper lighting and magnification to inspect details on both sides. The 1979 D. Roosevelt Dime is more than just another 10-cent piece. It's a symbol of modern American minting, a hidden gem that continues to surprise collectors with its potential worth. From its historical background to its design, rarity, and market performance, this coin captures the essence of why numismatics remains such a fascinating pursuit. So before you dismiss that dirty old dime in your pocket, remember, it could be a rare piece worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Stay tuned right here on Old Coins and Antique TV, because next we'll be exploring another incredible US coin that might just change the way you look at your pocket change forever. And secondly, we're going to explore the most valuable and expensive United States rare Roosevelt dime from the year 1990 with the Denver D Mint mark. A coin that proves true value isn't about shine, but about a profound minting error that makes it one of the most desirable coins of the late 20th century. This coin shatters all expectations, a modern rarity that commands a staggering price despite, or perhaps because of, its very dirty and unassuming appearance. The coin we're discussing is not your typical dime. It is the 1990 D dime struck on a copper alloy planchet intended for a Lincoln cent. This is a dramatic and significant error, creating a coin that is fundamentally wrong in its composition. Instead of the standard copper-nickel clad over a pure copper core that gives Roosevelt dimes their distinctive silver color, this piece is made of the solid bronze-like alloy used for pennies. This results in a coin that has a dirty, reddish-brown color, feels different in weight, and possesses a unique acoustic property when dropped, setting it completely apart from any dime you've ever handled. Its collectability stems entirely from this monumental mint mistake, where a blank penny planchet found its way into the dime stamping press at the Denver Mint, creating an accidental hybrid that is both visually and metallurgically unique. To fully appreciate this error, we must journey back to the Denver Mint in 1990, a facility operating at high capacity to produce billions of coins for circulation. The minting process, while highly automated, is not immune to human or mechanical error, and on this particular occasion, a bin of copper alloy cent planchets was somehow mixed with or fed into the hoppers supplying the dime presses. The result was a small, unknown number of dimes struck on these thicker, heavier, and fundamentally different planchets. These error coins then entered circulation mixed with the billions of standard dimes, waiting to be discovered by an observant individual. The design details of this coin are where the error becomes visually undeniable. On the obverse, you will find the standard John R. Cynic portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, but it is struck in a dirty copper color, not silver. The features themselves may be sharp or slightly soft depending on the strike, but the color is the immediate giveaway. The reverse features the familiar torch, olive branch, and oak branch, yet again rendered in this incorrect metal. A key diagnostic feature is the edge of the coin. A regular dime will have a defined reeded edge with a pure silver-colored core visible from the side, whereas the 1990 D error dime will have a solid, reddish-brown edge with no silver core visible, as it is made of a single, homogeneous alloy. The weight is also a critical identifier, with this error coin weighing approximately 2.5 grams, much closer to a penny's weight, instead of the standard 2.27 grams for a copper-nickel dime. The discussion of rarity for this coin is straightforward, yet astounding. While no official mintage figures exist for errors, experts believe only a handful of these 1990 D-wrong planchet dimes were ever produced and managed to enter circulation. Survivors are exceptionally rare, with perhaps only a few dozen examples known to the collecting community. The very dirty condition mentioned is not a detriment, but rather a typical characteristic. These coins were struck for circulation and spent time in commerce, acquiring the dark, grimy, reddish-brown patina that further authenticates their copper composition. Finding one in a high grade like mint state is virtually unheard of. The value is in the error itself, and even well-circulated, dirty examples are considered numismatic treasures of the highest order for a modern coin. Collector demand for this era is exceptionally fierce, and it stands out in the Roosevelt Dime series like a diamond in the rough. While the series has its key dates and proofs, no other regular issue Roosevelt Dime commands the attention and price tag that this era does. It is the ultimate find for an era coin enthusiast and a modern rarity that sits alongside the most famous mint mistakes in U.S. history. The demand is driven by its status as a dramatic and easily identifiable error, its undisputed rarity, and the fact that it represents a tangible piece of minting history, a story of a process that went awry, captured forever in a single, dirty, copper-colored dime. When it comes to market value, this coin exists in a financial stratosphere far beyond its 10-cent face value. In today's market, a genuine 1990 D. Roosevelt dime struck on a copper-cent planchet, even in a very dirty and well-circulated condition, will command a price between $15,000 and $25,000. Examples that have been professionally graded and encapsulated, even at the lowest grades, consistently sell at auction within this range, with the final price often depending on the specific color and surface preservation of the copper planchet. For those of you hoping to find one, your collecting strategy must be one of extreme diligence and education. Focus first on identification. Learn the key diagnostics of weight, edge, and most importantly, color. Look for that dirty, penny red or brown appearance on what should be a silver coin. Examine every 1990 D dime you come across, but do not expect to find this rarity easily. It is a generational find. Because of its value, the market is also ripe with counterfeits, including plated coins or altered pieces, making authentication by a leading service like PCGS or NGC absolutely essential. Your best chance of acquiring one is through major coin auctions or reputable dealers who specialize in error coins, as they will guarantee the authenticity of such a significant piece. The 1990 D. Roosevelt dime on a copper planchet is more than just a coin. It is a legend of modern numismatics. Its importance lies in its dramatic error, its profound rarity, and its powerful story of a minting mistake that created a superstar. Its appeal crosses from the seasoned error specialist who appreciates the technical details to the new collector who can instantly understand its significance, making it a cornerstone piece for any advanced collection. It serves as a permanent reminder that even in the modern era of mass production, there are still incredible rarities waiting to be discovered, coins that redefine what it means to be valuable. And thirdly, we're talking about the USA Rare 1995 Roosevelt Dime with the Denver D Mint mark. Stands out as one of the most fascinating and highly sought-after coins among modern U.S. coinage. While it may seem like an ordinary dime at first glance, this particular coin holds a special place in the hearts of numismatists. Its combination of historical context, design beauty, and elusive rarity has transformed it from everyday currency into a prized collectible. For coin enthusiasts and serious investors alike, the 1995 D. Roosevelt dime represents more than just 10 cents. It's a piece of American history that continues to captivate collectors and command impressive prices in the numismatic market. Introduced as part of the long-running Roosevelt Dime series that began in 1946, the 1995 Denver Mint issue reflects the enduring legacy of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, whose image graces the obverse of the coin. Minted during a time of technological advancement and rising collector interest in modern coinage, the 1995 D dime holds historical significance as a symbol of stability and tradition within American currency. The Denver Mint, known for producing high-quality strikes, played a crucial role in continuing the series' excellence. Although millions were minted, certain rare die varieties and high-grade examples have since become extremely valuable, particularly when discovered in uncirculated or dirty but original condition, untouched by polishing or cleaning. The obverse of the 1995 D. Roosevelt dime features the familiar portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt designed by John R. Cynic. Every detail, from Roosevelt's sharp facial features to the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," reflects the artistry and national pride embedded in this design. On the reverse, the coin displays a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength, core American values. The D Mint mark, located to the left of the torch's base, identifies the Denver Mint as the coin's origin. Composed of a copper-nickel clad over a pure copper core, the coin measures 17.9 millimeters in diameter and weighs 2.27 grams, maintaining the standard specifications of Roosevelt dimes. Rarity plays a defining role in the 1995 D. Roosevelt Dime's desirability. Although the overall mintage was not low, certain era varieties, such as double die strikes or off-center examples, are extremely hard to find. Coins that survive decades in circulation yet remain in very fine or uncirculated condition are especially scarce, making them valuable finds for collectors. The challenge of locating an authentic 1995 D dime in pristine, untouched condition, particularly one that has retained its original mint luster or exhibits unique toning beneath dirt or age marks, has driven demand steadily upward. Dirty or uncleaned examples often appeal to collectors who prefer coins in their original state, as this condition preserves historical authenticity and can hide details that, once examined under magnification, reveal exceptional preservation. In terms of market value, the 1995 D. Roosevelt Dime continues to show solid appreciation among collectors. Depending on grade and variety, this coin can fetch anywhere from $1,000 to as high as $8,000, especially for rare mint errors or high-grade specimens certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. Coins with striking anomalies, such as repunched mint marks or dramatic die clashes, have sold for premium prices in private sales and online auctions. The coin's growing popularity also reflects a broader trend among numismatists who now recognize the potential of modern-era coins as strong investment pieces. As interest in post-1965 coinage expands, the 1995 D dime's rarity and condition make it a standout example of value appreciation. For collectors aiming to secure a valuable 1995 D. Roosevelt dime, attention to detail is essential. Always look for sharp details on Roosevelt's hair, cheek, and torch lines, as these indicate stronger strikes and better preservation. When possible, seek coins that have been authenticated and graded by reputable third-party services to confirm their condition and originality. Avoid coins that show signs of harsh cleaning or polishing, as these can drastically reduce value. Proper storage in airtight holders or capsules is vital to prevent tarnishing and damage. Engaging with collector communities, attending coin shows, and studying auction trends can also provide valuable insights into current market behavior and help collectors identify potential opportunities for acquisition. What makes the 1995 D. Roosevelt dime especially appealing is how it bridges history and modern collecting. It represents the continuation of a design that has endured for nearly 8 decades, symbolizing American resilience and continuity. Its combination of artistry, scarcity, and connection to Roosevelt's legacy makes it more than just a coin. It's a tangible connection to the values and history that shaped 20th century America. For many collectors, adding this piece to a Roosevelt dime set completes not only a collection, but also a story that spans decades of American coinage. Beyond its rarity and market appeal, the 1995 D. Roosevelt dime holds deep educational value for those who study U.S. coinage. It represents an era when the U.S. Mint was transitioning into more precise production methods while maintaining artistic integrity and historical continuity. Collectors often use this coin as a benchmark to study die wear strike sharpness and the evolution of minting technology during the late 20th century. Every small imperfection or variation tells a story, from faint doubling to planchet flaws, that offers insight into how coins were made and how even modern mints can produce unintended rarities. The 1995 D dime, particularly those found in dirty or unclean states, reminds collectors of the excitement of discovery. How a coin that looks ordinary in your change can turn out to be worth thousands once examined closely. The growing recognition of the 1995 D. Roosevelt dime in the numismatic community also highlights a shift in collecting trends. Modern collectors are no longer focused only on century-old coins. They increasingly appreciate the historical depth of more recent issues that have become unexpectedly scarce in high grades. As demand for such coins rises, the 1995 D dime stands as a model of how attention to detail, patience, and knowledge can turn a seemingly common coin into a significant financial and historical asset. The 1995 D. Roosevelt dime stands as a perfect blend of history, rarity, and craftsmanship. It captures the essence of numismatic passion, a simple piece of currency transformed into a valuable artifact that preserves the legacy of Franklin D. Roosevelt and the enduring spirit of American minting. Whether found in a very dirty state or shining in mint brilliance, This coin remains a prized treasure among U.S. dimes, one that continues to attract collectors and investors seeking beauty, rarity, and meaning in every small detail. Its appeal only grows with time, reaffirming its place as one of the most valuable and sought-after modern Roosevelt dimes in the United States today. And fourthly, we're exploring the rare USA 1970 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark. Stands as one of the most captivating and intensely sought-after rarities in all of modern American numismatics, a coin that consistently ignites the passions of collectors and commands awe in the marketplace. This particular dime is far more than its face value. It represents a monumental minting anomaly that has achieved legendary status among enthusiasts. Its appeal is rooted in a compelling mystery and an extreme scarcity that transforms it from a simple piece of currency into a prized treasure. For the dedicated numismatist, the pursuit of this coin is a thrilling challenge, offering the potential for an incredible discovery and the acquisition of a centerpiece for any specialized collection, with its value soaring far beyond expectation due to its unique background and elusive nature. The historical context of this coin is deeply intertwined with the operational practices of the United States Mint during a period of high production demand. In 1970, the primary mint facility in Philadelphia, which traditionally did not use a mint mark on dimes, was tasked with supplying the nation's coinage alongside the Denver and San Francisco mints. However, a small number of dime planchets, or blank coins, intended for the San Francisco Mint's proof coin production were accidentally fed into the coinage presses at the Philadelphia facility. These planchets were struck with the standard Philadelphia dies, which lacked the S-Mint mark, resulting in a coin with a 1970 date but no mint mark, a coin that was never supposed to exist. This error creates a tangible and direct connection to a fleeting moment of minting imperfection, forever encapsulating a fascinating chapter in the history of American coin production. This dime features the iconic portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt on its obverse, designed by John R. Sinek, a tribute to the president's legacy and his association with the March of Dimes. The reverse showcases a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. While these designs are consistent across the series, the unique feature of the 1970 no mint mark dime is defined by its absence. The complete lack of a mint mark on the reverse, to the left of the torch. On a standard Philadelphia issue, this is normal, but for a coin struck on a planchet destined for a San Francisco proof, its absence is the very characteristic that defines its rarity. The coin's appearance, especially in the context of this inquiry, is described as very dirty, which can obscure finer details but does not diminish the fundamental importance of its missing mint mark. The rarity of the 1970 no mint mark Roosevelt dime cannot be overstated, as it is considered one of the great modern American rarities. It is believed that only a handful of these error coins escape the mint, with estimates suggesting perhaps 5 to 10 genuine examples are known to exist. This extreme scarcity is the primary driver of its immense desirability and value. The condition of very dirty presents a complex scenario for collectors. While such a state would typically diminish a coin's appeal and price, the profound rarity of this issue means that even a specimen in low grade is considered a major find. For a coin of such legendary status, any confirmed example, regardless of its surface condition, is a significant numismatic artifact, as the opportunity to own one is a rare event in itself, overshadowing concerns about wear or environmental damage. The market value for a genuine 1970 no mint mark Roosevelt dime is substantial, reflecting its status as a king of the modern series. For a certified example in even low grades, values are profound. A coin in a very dirty condition, if authenticated and encapsulated by a top-tier grading service like PeaceGS or NGC, would still command a price that most collectors would consider a major investment. While a pristine, mint-state example could approach, or even exceed the upper limits of the market, a low-grade, circulated, and dirty specimen would realistically be valued in a range from approximately $10,000 to over $25,000, depending on the specific details of its preservation and the intensity of collector demand at auction. This price level is a direct testament to its legendary rarity and the unwavering demand from specialists aiming to complete a comprehensive set of Roosevelt dimes. For collectors aspiring to add this numismatic landmark to their holdings, the most critical advice is to prioritize authentication above all else. Given the coin's fame and value, It is a prime target for counterfeiting and alterations. Any potential purchase must be of a coin that has been certified and encapsulated by either the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGC. These third-party graders have verified the few known examples, and their holder is essential for establishing legitimacy and market value. Engaging with this coin requires dealing only with the most reputable auction houses and dealers who specialize in rare and error coinage. Collectors should immerse themselves in the community, studying the well-documented pedigrees of the known specimens to fully appreciate the significance of such an acquisition. Proper stewardship of such a rare numismatic item is paramount once it is acquired. Even in a very dirty state, the coin should be left exactly as is. No attempt at cleaning or conservation should ever be undertaken, as this can permanently damage the surfaces and drastically reduce both its value and its historical integrity. The coin should be stored securely in its grading service holder, which will protect it from environmental hazards and physical handling. Maintaining stable, moderate conditions away from humidity and direct sunlight will help preserve the coin in its current state for future generations, ensuring that this piece of minting history remains intact as a cornerstone of a collection. The journey of this specific coin, surviving in a very dirty condition, adds a compelling layer to its already remarkable story. Each mark and instance of grime on its surface speaks to a hidden history of circulation, a period where its immense numismatic value went entirely unnoticed as it passed from hand to hand. This worn state does not detract from its legend, but rather enhances its mystique, serving as a tangible testament to its accidental release and subsequent discovery. The acquisition of a 1970 no-mint mark dime, regardless of its condition, is an event that resonates throughout the collecting community, solidifying a collector's legacy in the field of numismatics. It is a coin that transcends the conventional metrics of grading, where its unparalleled rarity overshadows any concerns about its surface appearance. Owning such a piece is not merely about possessing a valuable asset, but about becoming the custodian of a pivotal chapter in minting history, a responsibility that brings with it immense prestige. The relentless pursuit of this dime, therefore, remains one of the most thrilling and aspirational goals for any serious collector of modern American coinage. The 1970 no-mint mark Roosevelt Dime is a numismatic phenomenon that masterfully blends a dramatic mint error, profound historical significance, and near-mythical rarity into a single, small silver piece. It stands as a powerful reminder of the unexpected treasures that can emerge from the U.S. Mint and the relentless passion of collectors who seek them. For the advanced numismatist, securing this dime represents the ultimate achievement in the Roosevelt series, a prize that offers immense personal satisfaction and the ownership of a genuine American coinage legend. Its story of accidental creation and survival continues to captivate enthusiasts around the globe, ensuring its status as one of the most celebrated and valuable modern rarities for decades to come. And at the end, we're exploring the 1966 Roosevelt Dime without a mint mark is one of those coins that has captured the attention of collectors across the United States. At first glance, it looks like any ordinary dime, dirty, worn, and small enough to be overlooked in spare change. But behind that humble appearance lies a fascinating story of minting history, rarity, and unexpected value. During this period, the U.S. Mint didn't place mint marks on coins due to the nationwide coin shortage of the mid-1960s, making all 1966 dimes officially struck without a mark. However, certain rare varieties and errors from this year have become the focus of intense collector interest, especially those that show unique minting flaws, off-metal strikes, or exceptional preservation. Some examples of this coin, even in circulated or dirty condition, have shocked the market by selling for thousands, and sometimes even far more. What makes this dime so special isn't just its age, but the time in which it was made. The 1966 Roosevelt Dime came from an era when America was transitioning away from silver coins. Up to 1964, dimes contained 90% silver, but by 1966, the composition had changed to a copper-nickel-clad planchet. However, a few rare error dimes from this year were mistakenly struck on leftover 90% silver planchets, an event that created one of the most desirable error coins in modern numismatics. If you happen to find one of these silver transitional errors, it could easily fetch tens of thousands of dollars, depending on its condition and authenticity. Even dirty examples can be valuable if they're verified as genuine minting errors. Collectors and coin experts are particularly drawn to the 1966 no-mint mark Roosevelt dime because of its mysterious nature. While most 1966 dimes are common, some display strange anomalies such as double dies, off-center strikes, or planchet imperfections. These unusual features can turn an ordinary dime into a treasure worth thousands. The key lies in close examination. Sometimes what looks like a smudge or scratch might actually be a doubling in the design, an off-metal composition, or even a rare proof-like strike. That's why collectors advise never to dismiss a dirty or worn 1966 dime without checking it carefully under magnification. In very dirty condition, a 1966 no-mint mark dime might not look impressive at first. But to an experienced numismatist, that grime could be hiding a small fortune. Many of the most valuable coin discoveries have come from rolls of old change, coffee jars, and dusty piggy banks. What sets these finds apart is rarity. If a 1966 dime has the wrong metal content, or an unusual strike pattern, or comes from an early die state, it can become a serious collector's item. In auctions, examples with clear minting errors and strong visual appeal have been known to sell from several thousand up to tens of thousands of dollars. The story behind these coins also adds to their allure. The United States Mint was under pressure in the 1960s to meet national demand for circulating coins, leading to hurried production and occasional errors. Because mint marks were omitted from 1965 to 1967, collectors couldn't easily track where coins were made, adding a layer of intrigue to every dime from those years. For 1966 dimes, this lack of distinction has made identifying rare varieties even more exciting, as every discovery feels like solving a small mystery from America's coinage past. One of the biggest factors driving up the value of rare 1966 Roosevelt dimes is collector demand. The Roosevelt series is beloved for its accessibility. Most dimes are affordable, but that also means true rarities within the series become instant sensations. When a 1966-era dime surfaces, especially one with silver content or an extreme off-center strike, bidding wars erupt among collectors eager to own a piece of U.S. minting history. Some of these coins have been graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC and certified to be worth over $10,000 or more, depending on their uniqueness and state of preservation. Market trends also show a steady rise in demand for transitional-era coins like the 1966 silver dime. As precious metal prices increase and more collectors enter the hobby, older coins from transitional periods gain newfound attention. The historical link between silver coinage and modern clad coins makes this dime a symbolic bridge between two eras of American money. For investors, finding one of these rare examples can be like striking gold. It's a tangible piece of history that carries both numismatic and intrinsic value. For collectors, the appeal of a dirty 1966 Roosevelt dime isn't just in its potential price tag. It's in the thrill of discovery. Every old coin tells a story, and this dime's story is wrapped in mystery, transition, and hidden worth. If you ever come across a 1966 dime that feels different, weighs more, or shows unusual coloring, it's worth having it tested or appraised. A coin that appears dull and worn could end up being a rare silver transitional strike, or an error variety worth far more than face value. Many collectors underestimate how condition and authenticity affect the final price of a 1966 no-mint mark Roosevelt dime. Even when the coin is found in very dirty or heavily circulated condition, its potential value remains tied to what lies beneath that surface. A genuine silver transitional error or a unique minting flaw can still command serious attention at auction. Cleaning the coin is strongly discouraged, as doing so can strip away patina and lower its value dramatically. Instead, experts recommend having such coins authenticated by professional grading services. A certified rare variety, even one that looks ordinary at first glance, can transform from pocket change to a five-figure collectible almost overnight. The difference between a 10-cent coin and a $10,000 discovery often comes down to knowledge, patience, and a careful eye. The 1966 Roosevelt dime is more than just a coin. It's a hidden relic of American minting history. It represents a pivotal era when the nation moved away from silver currency, making every surviving transitional era a time capsule from that change. These dimes remind collectors that value isn't always visible. Sometimes it hides beneath years of dirt, waiting to be rediscovered. So, whether you're a seasoned numismatist or someone just starting to explore old coins, the lesson is clear. Every coin deserves a second look. One often overlooked aspect of the 1966 no-mint Mark Roosevelt Dime's allure is its connection to the U.S. Mint's struggle during one of the most turbulent economic periods in modern coinage. The mid-1960s coin shortage pushed the Mint to ramp up production, simplify designs, and temporarily remove mint marks to discourage hoarding. This shift created the perfect environment for mistakes. Transitional planchets, misaligned dies, and other rare anomalies slipped through quality control unnoticed. Each surviving error coin from this era stands as proof of that chaotic transition. When collectors find one of these dimes, they're not just holding metal. They're holding a piece of the story about how the nation's coinage adapted to rising demand and economic pressure. Another fascinating angle is how technology has changed the way collectors identify and value rare 1966 Roosevelt dimes today. In the past, spotting minting errors or silver planchets relied heavily on experience and luck. Today, digital microscopes, coin scales, and advanced metal analyzers allow even casual hobbyists to verify authenticity and composition with precision. Online auction platforms and coin communities have also transformed how these discoveries reach the market, often driving viral attention and skyrocketing prices. So before you spend that old dime, take a moment to look closely. Check your jars, your drawers, your coin boxes, or that forgotten piggy bank from your childhood. You might be sitting on a piece of American minting history without even knowing it. The 1966 no-mint Mark Roosevelt dime reminds collectors that great treasures often hide in plain sight. It's not just a 10-cent coin. It's a symbol of how a small piece of metal can carry immense historical and financial power. In today's market, where rare coins can make millionaires overnight, the next big discovery might already be in your pocket, waiting to change your fortune forever.